Hi, kids. Halloween 2, 1981. So, first Halloween is 78. This one's 81. What has happened between the two to lead to the film that we get? Well, Halloween made $70 million at the box office. That's off the $325,000 budget. I think I said in that video that would be about a $1.7 million budget if it was made today. And that gross would be about $329 million if it was made today. If it was released today and it did that kind of business, it would be the 15th highest grossing film of this year. It would easily be the highest grossing horror film of this year. Released in October of 78. It was the 10th highest grossing film of 78. That's within the calendar year. So October, November, December, it's the 10th highest in that time frame. So also in between that time, between 78 and 81, we have sort of the copycat film come out. Friday the 13th and Friday the 13th 2, both are released before Halloween 2 is released. And in that time, John Carpenter himself makes and has released The Fog and Escape from New York. I should mention, by the way, Halloween, Fog, Escape from New York, and this one, Halloween 3. Cinematography is all done by Dean Cudney. Did not mention that in the video. It is worth mentioning. Dean Cudney, one of the best. Erwin Yablans, the distributor turned promoter for Halloween, had an agreement with Carpenter to produce The Fog, but Carpenter signs a 2-picture deal with Embassy Pictures for them to produce The Fog. So then Yablin's like, hey man, what's up? Thought we had a deal. So he nags Carpenter, and Carpenter relents and says, fine, I'll make Halloween 2. Because Carpenter wasn't really that interested in making another Halloween movie. He made a Halloween movie, now let him make something else. So Halloween 2 is decided. He writes Halloween 2 with Deborah Hill again. This time they are giving a $2.5 million budget, a lot more than $375,000. And Dino De Laurentiis comes in also to provide some financing. That is notable because his name will come up again in this series. And then due to other commitments, Rick Rosenthal is the director. It's complicated. So Carpenter didn't want to make Halloween 2 to begin with. And then when he did sit down and write Halloween 2, he wanted it to take place in a high-rise apartment a couple years after. So he brought you horror to a suburban neighborhood, made people lock their doors, and he thought, well, this time, let's bring it to an apartment building. You think you're safe up in an apartment building, Michael Myers can still get you. Yablans, not happy with that. So we go to what we get, starting from where we ended, because it disappeared. What happens next? And Carpenter wasn't interested in making Halloween all over again. And as I said, he's got other commitments. He wants to go on and make The Thing. So Rick Rosenthal comes in to direct. Carpenter did direct some of the film. He said disagreements about who directed what. What is agreed upon is that Rosenthal submitted his cut of the film. Carpenter looked at it, felt like it wasn't scary at all. So did some reshoots to make it scarier. And in the time between 78 and 81, horror had changed. partly because of Halloween, but also because that other film that came out in '78 that we talked about, Dawn of the Dead, has Tom Savini and the special effects and the gore. So now we have Carpenter introduces the slasher, Romero introduces the gore, and then those two things get combined for Friday the 13th. Tom Savini comes in and does the gore, slasher. So there we go. So Carpenter reshoots scenes to add some gore, reshoots the death scenes, brings them up to the standards now of what horror is. So, plot, film. We start where we ended. Laurie tells the kids to go to the Mackenzie's house. The Mackenzie's house will come up again. And then we see Michael come in and attack her, and she lifts his mask, but it's shot differently, so it's not as goofy looking this time. Although the mask isn't as good this time, right? Can we agree upon that? And then Loomis comes in and shoots him, and then he disappears, and this time there's like a body outline indentation in the grass. So Laurie is rushed to the hospital. Michael's wandering around. We get some good heavy breathing, Michael's point of view, and then Michael happens to hear that Laurie is in the hospital, pursues her there. Meanwhile, Loomis is warning everyone, he's not dead. Shot him 6 times. So, the hospital as the setting for film. It's interesting in the first film that the complaint, the big one, was how did Michael learn to drive, right? Incarcerated, institutionalized his whole life. And it's like, hey, well, he probably watched Loomis drive. This one, it's like, how did Michael learn to slash everyone's tires and cut the phone lines? And that injecting air into someone's bloodstream could kill them, and how to put an IV in, and so on and so forth. I don't want to ruin the fun though. So Halloween 1 had a 91-minute runtime. Halloween 2 has a 92-minute runtime. Maybe Halloween 3 has 93-minute runtime. We shall see. I should mention too, horror likes to support each other. In Halloween on the TV, they are playing The Thing from Another World. Carpenter will make us The Thing. This one, it's Night of the Living Dead. It's on the TV. And in Evil Dead, there is a torn poster for The Hills Have Eyes. So, horror supporting horror. Yeah, that's about it for this one. The kills, right? It's a sequel. You got to have more. In the first Halloween, Michael kills 5 people. That is counting his sister when he is a child, so 4 during the course of the film. One of them we don't see on screen, so there's 3 on-screen deaths. This one, Michael kills 10 people, and I think they are all on screen. Anyways, that's it for Halloween 2. Thank you for watching. Like, subscribe. Bye.